Hello, this is Dylan Simon with the Simon Anderson Multifamily team at Kidder Matthews here in the Pacific Northwest. Happy Halloween. It is the last day of October. Excited to present some of my thoughts on what we saw happen in the apartment market up in the Pacific Northwest this last month. It's been a very exciting time with the change in interest rates, the election coming up, and excited to share with you some of my thoughts on what we're seeing in the market up here. First off, just taking a look at overall market dynamics. So the data you see here is for King County only this time, and it is demonstrating 50 units and up, the apartment market right now, what we're seeing in the market. Really, what's top of mind for most people of what's happening with rent growth. And if you can see right here, average rents are a tick below 2,200. The previous period was about $50 lower. So in the last 12 months, we've seen 2% rent growth. And that's one of the reasons why we're seeing the market having not accelerated much recently. One of the major reasons for that is just the number of deliveries. So in the last 12 months, King County alone has absorbed over 10,000 apartment units, and the previous period was under 6,000. So we've almost doubled the inventory in the last 12 months, and that's this reason for a spiked vacancy rate. And the market from there is what we've seen on the operational side, somewhat stagnated. And investors are asking, when is this going to pick up? What are we going to see? And that leads us to what we're seeing in the capital markets. And an interesting phenomenon occurring in the last month is we saw treasuries drop precipitously in September. They spiked again in October. What does this tell us? It was a really interesting time because we got visibility into how the market is going to underwrite opportunities once treasuries go down again. And the answer is highly aggressively. Here is a slide from a presentation I gave clients earlier this month. This is one of the favorite slides out there, is where we're seeing spot cap rates in the market right now. And in the urban markets, they're sub 5. Suburban markets, they're going from 4.5 up to nearly 6%. These are for stabilized assets. This presentation is linked below so you can see the full slide deck. It's really interesting. We've seen a compression in cap rates with interest rates going down. Now they've spiked again, and the market is asking, what does this mean? Right now, kind of nothing. There's not a ton on the market. Not much is going to come to market in probably the next 60 to 90 days. But after that, we're going to see a lot of new product come on the market, and I expect extremely high investor demand. And that's what we're expecting to see in the market. I'll flip to just the next slide here. This is looking at value add deals. Here we're seeing anywhere from a 5 cap to a 7 cap. The markets are starting to gap out. And what does that mean? It means there's a ton of demand in the core. And if you're looking at new deliveries, that's the big question. It's tapering off. So what do we expect to see in 2025? Less apartment deliveries coming to the market. Rent growth, at least on the front end, is going to come to the market, and a ton of capital is going to come flooding in the market. We're just starting to see these dynamics in the market right now, and it's going to make for a fascinating 2025 and beyond. So as we're sitting here on the eve of Halloween, looking at what we plan for the next couple of months this year, it's BOV season. If you think you are looking to transact or even refinance in 2025, now is the time to start looking at your assets. Give me a call. Let us do a valuation of what we're seeing in the market. Like I said, we got a glimpse into what investors are going to do once we see the market accelerate next year. Let's start benchmarking right now what you believe your building's worth, and we can track that into next year and find the right time to transact. Again, Dylan Simon wishing you a happy Halloween. Super exciting what we're going to see coming to year end. Wishing the best for you and your families tonight. Have a safe Halloween. Give me a call. Let's talk about your properties. Take care.